Peterson got a little ahead of herself. Quick turnover. Harris with it. She'll rise to the rack with her right hand and is fouled. That will go against Kate Woolley. It'll be her second personal foul, 15th foul on the Warriors, and sends Harris right back to the line where she was a trip ago. And if you can get some punctuation, some deep into the paint, as we've seen Harris now on 2 trips, I think it is exactly what you were talking about, Scott.
Absolutely, and again, they got to drop it from the stripe, which she didn't there, but they can run with these guys. They have the quicks, but they got to be into control. And sometimes, again, they're just firing off and they're not in control, and so they got to trust each other.
There's the free throw off the back iron. 1 for 4 is Bianca Harris. And into the ball game for the first time, Allie Browning, the 5'4 senior, off the bench. And we also saw Keitra Jones for the Warriors, 5'7 senior, come in earlier. There's the bank shot. And Browning
for 3
comes right in, lights one on. 27. 22-7.
Yeah, they got to, again, Shorecrest to stay with Edmonds Woodway. They have to slow it down, and sometimes they got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, Keith.
Absolutely. Najoto in now, can't hit the little runner. It was a good look on man-to-man, one-on-one. Here's Peterson right into the heart of the key, and I think she lost a little bit of time in her mind. The difference between her mind time and the game clock were about 3 seconds off, I think.
She should have stopped and dropped, Keith.
It didn't happen. We end the first period of play 20-7 with E-Dub over Shorecrest. We'll come back with a fresh 8 on STSPN.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
The band is cooking as we start the second period of play, and what is more perfect than a pep band in high school basketball?
And I got to tell you, Keith, again, mostly covering Glacier Peak with you, still a young school. The band is outstanding, and you were telling me this is only one version of it. What an amazing rendition of the national anthem. Unfortunately, I don't think we got that on the air, but a fantastic band. I'm loving it.
They are. They do it all here, and it's fun to have them sitting right behind us going for it, and they are going for it. 7:47 as we start the second period of play. Edmonds Woodway with that 13-point lead, and there is the long shot by Chibagwu. Didn't hit this one, and Maddie Burdett with a quiet rebound, and she is just that, the quiet rebounder on this Edmonds Woodway team. She'll end up with a double-double almost every night, but you wouldn't know it by watching the ball game. But you look at the stats, and suddenly there it is. Underneath the Peterson now. Back out top, Fife with it, comes back into the ball game at the break, one of the original starters, and then crawls over the back of Shorecrest's Sheridan Stevenson for her, I believe, first personal foul.
Oh, they're so complete as E-Dub as far as they can play different types of styles. Again, they have inside, they have outside, they can be quick, the zone, the man. You saw Chibagwu trying to get something going from the outside. Again, didn't quite square up, had nice rotation, has good sauce as another 3-ball launches.
And they're not afraid to pull the trigger here on Dory Monson's squad. They also have a tough trip coming up. They play Linwood on Friday, 7:15. Yeah. So it doesn't get any easier.
No.
A tough run for these Scots, and a little left-hand flick and a kiss off the glass. And Casper with the deuce. And she's already put up 8 points and sat.
Is she left-handed? That was beautiful.
Loves to go left. Loves to go right-handed, but goes left.
That was right off the window. That was a nice little roller.
Harris goes into the backcourt, violation on the Scots, and now a timeout on the floor. A 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on STSPN, and boy, the doozy that Linwood Glacier Peak game, and I don't know if we've got anybody following that one.
Well, Sound Live Sports Network is there. We've talked out to the good friend Steve Willits. He's going to try and mention that to David Kruger, who is covering that game for the Everett Herald, and see at halftime if the Todd Elvig, the magician over there, maybe we get a call-in report. We could dial him up.
And get Willits on the phone, and boy, what a treat to be a part of that ball game. It's number 1 in the state of Washington and versus number 2.
You got a score on that yet there?
I'm working on it. I'm checking the Twitter sphere right as we speak.
So 3 ranked teams in the top 10 come out of the Wesco 3A South.
It's incredible, really.
It absolutely is, and the thing is, when it comes to district time, you got to be one of those top 3.
Yeah.
You have to be. There's no question. And you will end up with an Arlington. You're going to end up with a Stanwood, perhaps. You're going to end up with some of these juggernaut teams coming out of the north that play pretty darn good basketball.
And sometimes it's not who you play, it's when you play them, but I think there's a combo. We saw Arlington early. That's just a tremendous ball game again. There's Chibagwu, finally finds the range she's been looking for.
The first triple of the ball game for the Scots. And it's 22-10 now.
Couldn't come at a better time.
A long bomb. That one about 24 feet from Maddie Burdett. We've seen him go down before, but that one just a step outside the range, and now a steal by Jackson.
6-0 lead real quick, Keith. Linwood up on GP, just first quarter action. Sound Live Sports having some technical difficulties, we hear.
Into 5 now, the pass over into the corner.
What the score was?
6-0 Linwood over GP early.
There's the Burdett shot off back iron. Peterson offensive rebound. They say it hit the stanchion of the upright. And that is a turnover with 5:16 to go. So we'll keep our tabs on number 1 and number 2. Meanwhile, you got us right here on STSPN, number 10 in the state of Washington. So far, a 12-point advantage over the Shorecrest Scots.
And Edmonds Woodway, they just got to hang in there and wait for somebody to make a mistake. This is a quality team. Obviously, you talked about they floated up and down. But they can, there you go, 2 in a row.
The bomb, almost the exact same spot. Chibagwu with 6 points now, and that'll cut into a lead in a hurry.
She might put out some tape right there so she knows.
Just mark my spot. 5 out to Casper. Another triple on the way, in and out. Rattle and hum it comes, and a long lead rebound. Catching up to it is Najoto.
Oh, she can't finish. Big outlet.
Now Casper will bring it up. The foul. Jaslyn Owens, a 5'5 sophomore. We got on the air a bit tardy tonight, so let me write out the starting lineups for you, although they've changed a bit. Rory Najoto, Ari Rance, Jaslyn Owens, Julia Strand, and Uju Chibagwu, the starting lineup for your Shorecrest Scots under the direction of Dory Monson. Maddie Burdett, Natalie Casper, Claire Fife, Moni Jackson, and Missy Peterson, the starting 5 for the Edmonds Woodway Warriors. Here is Moni, kick out, short corner jump shot. Peterson can't find it. And Moni a bit frustrated that she dropped the dime and it didn't go.
But they're doing exactly what you do with the zone. You attack the middle of the floor and let the defense take what they give you, and that's exactly what she's done. That's the shot they want. You didn't drop.
Drew that double team. Here's the Chibagwu 3 on the way. No, got a good wide open look at it. Offensive rebound put back is not good. Also, Peterson finally comes away with Edmonds Woodway. With a break now, 3-on-2. Peterson slows it up. No, out to Casper. Dribble drives right hand into the paint and fumbles it for a moment off her shin and out of bounds. It could have touched Jaslyn Owens, but I think it was a toss-up. You had a better look at it than I did.
No, I think it was off her leg, but you can kind of see the ladies in green now. Chibagwu starting to break a sweat. They're starting to get into this rhythm of the game here. They got a lot of work to do.
The Scots play a lot of summer ball in this very gym. So even though they have not played since 2011, it is not foreign territory for the Scots. As one of the summer leagues is right here at Edmonds Woodway High School. Short corner jump shot. That one out there about 15-footer.
Just a
good
deuce.
Look by Rance. At her heels on the line. And now head coach Rebecca Wells for Edmonds Woodway wants to talk things over with 3:21 remaining here, second quarter. And a bit of a run, a 5-0 run now by the Scots.
Quick, are we staying here, Todd?
Welcome back on STSPN. The broadcast brought to you by Shoreline Community College. You can visit them online, shoreline.edu, our presenting sponsor. Jordan Edwards up in Linwood, three-pointer in the first quarter, and Linwood 14-12. A comeback after that 6-0 deficit by GP comes screaming back and had the 1-point lead before the Edwards triple. So that is a doozy. And we'll follow along for you. Meanwhile, Edmonds Woodway loses a possession that was drawn up on the bench. That is kind of a no-no after taking a timeout.
No, and Shorecrest had some early turnovers. Edmonds Woodway doing a good job taking care of the basketball. Just in the last few minutes in this little stretch for Shorecrest, they've turned it over.
Chibagwu asks for it, goes into the double team, finally gives it up to Najoto. And now wants it back. She can shoot from anywhere. There's evidence.
Oh!
Bingo! It's on the inside stripe.
The spin in the drain.
Just inside the line. It's a deuce. And Chibagwu's got 8. 2:35 to go, second quarter.
8 in a hurry, Keith.
In a hurry. Had 0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Sat out the majority of that first quarter. I think she was pulled with about 2 minutes gone by.
Coaching, Keith, coaching.
Yeah, exactly.
Coached her up from sitting on the bench.
Coach some life from downtown. Chibagwu making it interesting now, 5 points. Here's Moni Jackson, step back 3, got behind the arc. They lift the hands and lift the roof for Moni Jackson. 25-17, Jackson's first triple of the evening, 5 points for Moni. Najoto now, top of the key, swings it left to Owens. Owens now dribble drives in, finds the baseline. They're trying to find Chibagwu, and why not? A little kiss to the glass there.
I tell you, she is working the high post around the paint, and she split 2 defenders and went right into the glass.
A deceptive big body as Maddie Burdett tries her own version of the step back 3. Finally, Fife comes down with the offensive rebound, stays with it, and goes right up with the left.
Great.
27-19.
Great offensive rebound, great position, anticipation, and boxing out. The fundamentals. Chibagwu! Oh my!
Coming alive in this second quarter. And she's putting the Scots on her back and carrying them to the home.
Her third triple.
Maddie Burdett, the lone Edmonds Woodway starter without a bucket tonight. That's rare, as Burdett has been known to lead this squad in scoring. Here's Fife. She'll try to elevate for a deuce, no good. And now a foul as Moni Jackson tries to go right through Najoto.
Moni just frustrated again. Good hustle trying to follow that shot. But again, they're making, and Edmonds Woodway can make these shots, but that Shorecrest is forcing them to beat them from the outside.
And you notice as soon as Chibagwu hit her first bucket, that zone expanded from Edmonds Woodway, and the last 2 opportunities have been inside for Shorecrest.
And that's what Chibagwu does. She can hit you. She can float around on the outside. Najoto not doing well from the stripe tonight so far, but Chibagwu, yeah, she starts and floats outside the arc, then she just camps out at the baseline, camps out at the elbows.
And asks for the rack here, goes up with the right hand, gets the back iron and a bit of the glass. Frustrated with the move there. I think she wanted to go left hand after she realized how much space she had on that left hand side. And it'll come back to Edmonds Woodway. Kate Woolley into the ball game with the point guard spot now as Moni Jackson takes a seat. Over to Peterson, back to Woolley. She splits into that top tier of the zone and stolen away. Here's Najoto, right hand, and it's fouled.
What a block. I thought it was a great defensive move by Casper, Keith. Great hustle, falling down, running the floor. She get called for the foul, though.
Casper, I think, got that left shoulder just turned a little bit on Najoto, and if that shoulder doesn't turn, I think she does have the block clear. There's the jump shot, the free throw, and Najoto, who was 0 for 1 before that, now has her first of the free throw. And you're right, Scott, frustrating has got to be the answer or the word from the free throw line as they are now. I have 1, 2 for 6.
And Ajado's part of that. She's had quite a few looks from the charity stripe. Oh, can't get that one.
Yeah, so when you're down 5 just on free throws, there's a long lead pass and perhaps a bit of a bailout. As Peterson almost leaning full horizontal and a flick of the wrist, able to push it toward the rim, but is fouled in doing so. Will head to the line to shoot a pair.
I like the no call, too. She took so halfway NBA steps there, but no call on that. Again, way to push it up the floor.
Julia Strand, her second personal foul, 4th team foul. And she will head back to the free throw line. Peterson, 7 points, make that 8.
Second basket's good for the Warriors.
By the sophomore with 27.6 to go on the clock here. We'll see if a last second shot will go up for Shorecrest. And we've got a hack underneath, and that's exactly what Edmonds Woodway does not want to do, is allow Shorecrest to put Bianca Harris, albeit she's got some difficulty, 1 for 4 from the stripe, but you don't want to let Shorecrest put points on the board without the clock running.
And you want to make Shorecrest take that great shot, set them up for the last shot, make them work for it and get an open look.
Kate Woolley tagged with foul number 3. Heading into the locker room, and there you go. Bianca Harris makes her pay the toll with a free throw here, 1 of 2.
And if Shorecrest was hitting from the stripe tonight, this would even be a tighter game in this big second quarter. She drops that one.
So 2 for Bianca Harris, finally dialing in the free throw, and now a last chance opportunity with 11 on the clock, 9, 8. Moni Jackson sidesteps now out to Burdette. They're going to have to get it off. Can they get the shot off? Here's Burdette, 2-1, and in and out. There will not be a rebound. And almost to me seems like a squandered opportunity for the Warriors.
They set that zone up. Again, hard to offensive rebound on that zone. Shibagu's tying up the middle. They're trying to get that outside shot, and basically it was a hot and cold. They had the hot hand in the first quarter, did Edmonds Woodway. They kind of hand the baton to Shorecrest, and that's the difference. Shibagu, 3 triples and a deuce. They're hitting from the free throw line, and what was a 13-point lead, all of a sudden we're at halftime. It's 4.
29-25 after 2 periods of play. Edmonds Woodway heading into the locker room with the lead, and we'll be back on the Action Jackson halftime program on STSPN.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
On STSPN, Edmonds Woodway Gymnasium and AEW, the home team with a 4-point advantage, and Shorecrest has got to be happy they're heading into the locker room, Scott, right now, down only 4.
And this is kind of what I saw when they played Glacier Peak. Again, early spurts, inexperienced. Shibagu, she can get frustrated. She wasn't really going. And like we talked about just off the air, Shorecrest just started relaxing and playing basketball. And where you saw the Warriors, they started kind of tense up, taking shots. They were making them early, just went a little dry. But again, if they stay back to fundamentals, they get Peterson involved, they're going to be, we'll see what happens, but they'll be fine.
They will be fine. The tension, I think, is real, though, and I think nothing could put the signature stamp on that than that last second possession they had. They had a really good look twice. That's used to having the rock in her to scoring tons of points. 0 in the first half.
Yeah, she comes in again. Look at Seattle Times versus Everett Herald. Of course, the Everett Herald is the gospel, Keith.
Absolutely.
So, 12 points a game coming in. You said usually sometimes lead scoring for Edmonds Woodway. I don't know if she's not feeling well or she's not getting the looks, but they got to start sharing the ball, make that extra pass like they were doing in the first quarter.
You mentioned something, Scott, about the zone defense and how Edmonds Woodway, 2 trips in a row, did a great job of breaking down the zone. We have not seen Moni Jackson in the key since.
Exactly. They start floating it, running around outside. Again, that zone, attack the middle. You want to get it to the middle, either the high post, the elbows, whatever you can. Make that defender and have Shibagu, who's playing the post. She's the middle. Make her make a decision. Who am I going to do? Am I going to go up high? And that opens up the lanes underneath the basket.
Missy Peterson has had a couple short-range jump shots from the baseline that one missed, one made, but they are outstanding, wide-open shots.
And that'll open up the outside. You drive it inside, then they can kind of drive and pop and hit those 3-pointers like they were doing the first quarter.
So we'll see what the teams draw up in the locker room. Meanwhile, let's run down the scoring. Bianca Harris with 3 points, all from the free throw line. She finishes after a pretty dismal start at the free throw line, 3 for 6. Has definitely found range and did so the last possession for the Scots to pull them within 4. Uri Najado has really been the activity player for the top of the key, the backcourt for the Scots. She has 7 points. Harry Rance put in a deuce, and then you go all the way down to number 40, Uju Jabagu. My word, what a player.
She could not buy a basket. She couldn't, hit the beach or hit the sea from the beach, but all of a sudden she just started, good shooters, they never stop shooting, and she found the range from that right side, and then she just took the game over.
13 points for the junior. Only a junior.
Oh,
Jabagu coming back.
That's
for
a family.
yet another
That's
year.
a family tree, baby. That's older brother playing at Seattle U, getting some good time. Shibagus, they play ball. They know how to do it.
13 points of the 25 Scott points have come from Uju. And now we go over to the Warrior scoring. Allie Browning with 2. Natalie Casper got hot early. She's one of those hot hands that you mentioned, hit 2 triples coming right out of the first quarter, right off the tip. Buries 2 and then really goes away. Has 8 points on the night so far. Claire Fife chips in a deuce. Moni Jackson with 5. And then Missy Peterson has 2 free throws to go along with her 6 from the field, and she has 8.
Well, Casper and Jackson, again, they've kind of led the charge here so far. They got to get those guys hot, and then they got to get, like you said, Burdette involved, Peterson getting down low. She was working it in the first quarter, a good kind of inside-out game. And I think they'll get back to fundamentals. They were holding the ball, taking care of the ball. Shorecrest, they were causing turnovers. Kind of slowed down. I think they got to pick up the defense from Edmonds Woodway and start playing fundamental, attack that zone, and make them play you man, because that's what really they want to do to break it down and get their shooters.
So that's what Rebecca Wells is drawing up in the locker room. Dory Monson, certainly a disciplined coach, knows what he's talking about after being at the helm for 10 plus years. What's he drawing up for the Scots?
The Scots, they want to, hopefully he hopes Shibagu can stay hot. Najado and Shibagu are the engine that kind of gets them going. I think they want to run and gun. They want to stay in that zone and go inside, goes out, get Shibagu. Everything runs through Shibagu. And also on their offensive boards, they got to keep hustling to the ball, cause free throws, get them in foul trouble. And really, his young squad, they just want to run, shoot, play basketball, play loose. They got nothing to lose.
Edmonds Woodway goes into the locker room. We talked about it. Visibly shaken a bit. They look off kilter. How does Dory's squad keep them on their heels? Edmonds Woodway on their heels. Is it possible?
It is, and it's having those big runs, 5-0 runs, 8-0 runs. And again, when Shibagu and Najado, if they start hitting from that 3-ball, you saw the same thing in the first quarter when Edmonds Woodway started hitting 3. You got to start, like you said, they got to start creeping out. Well, all of a sudden, the oceans open up, and I think they have a great inside game, Edmonds Woodway. They're very clean. I love Peterson's moves. I mean, she's got a great footwork, drop step. She can hit it left, right. Get Peterson involved. Everything goes through there, and then they get their shooters hot.
stunned from the trumpet back here. That is some.
This band is hot, baby. It's hot.
My goodness gracious. STSPN, and perhaps outdone tonight by the Edmonds Woodway pep band, and they are cooking.
That's worth the ticket, man. I'm telling you what. They got skills back here at Edmonds Woodway.
Absolutely, and of course the other big game of the night, not happening in this gym. It's Glacier Peak and the Linwood Royals. And Scott, I know you've been digging, trying to find.
Trying.
We know at the end of the first quarter, it was 14-12 after a buzzer beater at the first quarter break, not at the end of the ball game, by Jordan Edwards in order to pull Linwood ahead.
And that's the update. Jordan again, 12 points first half, giving Linwood a 26-23 lead over Glacier Peak. Sadie Mensing and Kayla Watkins both with 6 apiece for Glacier Peak. So Glacier Peak hanging tight in the first half.
And that's got a lot of eyes right now. That's for the prize. That's for number 1 in the state of Washington next week. And of course, it's Linwood on cruise control pretty much since the beginning of last season.
Yep.
And nobody really thinks that's going to be any different. The one team that probably has the best chance at unseating them is the Glacier Peak Grizzlies.
And Glacier Peak, here's David Kruger on the line. Keith,
hello,
from
David.
That game.
David, are you there?
Sorry, reception is kind of crappy here at Linwood.
Okay. A tough ball game you're having. A tough duty for you tonight, David, to have to watch such a lousy matchup. Tell us a little bit about what you're seeing.
I don't know if we got David. He's having
26-23 at halftime.
There you go.
Linwood, the number 1 team in the state. Glacier Peak, number 2, right behind them. Both looking the part here tonight. Both teams shooting the 3, get rebound. I think Glacier Peak actually out-rebounded Linwood 19-15 in the first half. But it's been a close back-and-forth battle the whole way out here.
2 teams that run the ball, transition back and forth, and that's the way this thing was slated. Is that what you're seeing there tonight?
Yeah, no, I mean, both teams have the pressure defense and force turnovers at fast break points. Glacier Peak is getting able to slow Linwood down a little bit, so we can back and spin the ball from Glacier Peak as well. Both, I love it. The foul, I thought there were a few more points. But they started falling here pretty quickly soon after. And Linwood is getting a big piece from Jordan Edwards, too. She's got 12 lead-all scores at halftime. Sadie Mensing and Kayla Watkins are 6 apiece for Speed to kind of upset that.
All right, David. Well, we're underway again here at the half. 29-25 Edmonds Woodway over Shorecrest. Thanks for the update.
No problem. I'll get you guys.
All righty. We'll talk to you soon. David Kruger on the phone. And, boy, it sounds like one heck of a ball game up there.
It's awesome. David Kruger, the mighty, the sturdy Everett Herald Prep Sports Department, Aaron Lammers, all those guys. Steve Willits doing the podcast. So cool to get the game update.
And right here at the home court of Edmonds Woodway, lost the first possession and now up with a deuce from the free throw line, and none other than Chibagwu continues her prowess through the...
And one, Keith, count it.
29-27.
Put my toes on the line.
A chance now to get within a single point, and she does it on the three-point play the conventional way. 7:28, only 30 seconds gone by, and already Chibagwu making a statement, and a big one.
And this, you said, how can Edmonds Woodway went in the half looking tight? Well, that's how you make it tight. Get it up to 1 point. Here's a good 3-ball, though, right off the front rim.
Casper can't dial it in, but Fife is there to rip down the rebound and into that zone defense.
Just classic 2-3 by Shorecrest.
We talked to Rebecca Wells about during the holiday tournament about the one thing that she was most concerned with about her team, and it was the offense against the zone. And here it is.
And there they go. They get it inside on the top, but they turn it over.
Najoto with the pick comes up into the Chibagwu side of the court. That's pretty much all you have to see is look at number 40 on the far side over there and get her the rock. It's Owens now, 3 on the way. She'll crease the twine, and the Scots have the lead 31-29. And Owen's first points of the ball game.
Comes in averaging 8.5, Keith. Didn't see that coming, though.
Peterson dumps it off. It's a baseline jump shot by Moni Jackson, and suddenly the streak ends. But what a streak it was, elapsing 2 quarters, a 9-0 run.
You can do it, I can. They're saying they can shoot too. And now there's the turnover first of the second half. Here come the Warriors.
And still look a little bit distressed. There's Fife, thought about a 3, withdrew. Back out top, Jackson had a hand in her face.
Oh!
Buries it. Moni Jackson, 5 points and 2 trips. She's got 10.
Cold-blooded, Keith, cold-blooded.
A sniper out there from downtown, and now a steal.
2 turnovers right in a row for Chibagwu.
Casper right to the rack, draws the foul on Owens. And a good job at continuing, not stopping her momentum, but continuing with that left hand. You saw how she can hit with the runner on that left hand
I asked her if she's a lefty. She's so smooth.
Trip to the free throw line brought to you by our From the Stripe sponsor, Edmonds Sports Academy. Drops that one home.
Number 4, Bianca Harris enters the game for the Scots.
And Casper, quiet there in that second quarter. Now coming to life with a free throw.
Casper makes her
Such a pretty shot, Keith. I mean, just absolute textbook technique. Great rotation.
And much like her older sister, able to score in rows. We got a full timeout on the floor with 5:26 remaining third quarter. A 5-point Edmonds Woodway lead. We'll be back on STSPN.
It's a great opportunity for the Shoreline Community College to get together with an organization in the city, show off what we can do, the classes that the Shoreline Community College teaches.
Peterson.
Casper and Jackson with 10 points apiece, and in a flurry of activity of able to reclaim the lead after dropping down by 3 and drawing up what seems to be some very pointed directions by Rebecca Wells in the huddle. What did you see, Scott?
Yeah, again, that last possession, Edmonds Woodway, great anticipation, the steal, the dish.
The back offhanded lay-in won't fall for Moni Jackson, but she'll head to the stripe to shoot a pair.
I think the leaders on Edmonds Woodway kind of had a little meeting, so let's get it going here. And that last time when the zone, now Casper hit that deadly 3 from the top of the key, but Peterson was on the low block just screaming for the ball. And I think if they can get it down a low block on Peterson, she can make some moves, draw a foul, and get to the line.
You forget Peterson's 5'10". She's got a very athletic build, but she is not short down there. And the Warriors are going to have to find her, although a lot of success right now in this zone press that they're applying right now. And stolen away and stolen right back by Chibagwu. Long pass is overthrown. Tried to find Najato along that right-hand side, and this is exactly where the Scots were at the end of the first quarter, perhaps pressing just a little too much, a little antsy.
And Chibagwu's got to, again, just relax. That's 3 turnovers consecutive for her, trying to make a play, trying to push the ball, but they got to relax. There's that low block.
Peterson reverse lay-in, the scoop. It's like you drew it up, Scott.
I'm telling you, I haven't seen her play. There's a great steal right there by Peterson. Splits the defenders, and she'll go to the line. Sorry, Keith.
That's all right. Carry on.
Play guy.
Peterson to the stripe. And it's all been pressure defense. And that's what Edmonds Woodway has lived and died by. Is unable to keep Linwood Royals an offense to that level.
And Peterson, she's a baby. She's a sophomore. Oh, and you've watched her longer, and this is my first time, but I could tell even when she was out at the free throws and did that drop step, her footwork is impeccable. It's the big man. It's the big footwork. So get her the ball down low, and I tell you, she can deliver.
Harris picks the ball up. and almost got herself stuck there at the top of the key. Now off right-hand side, Najado down underneath, finally finding Chibagu, who's been asking for the basketball, wants the rock the entire possession, and why not? I got her down for 16 points, and you got to find some way, somehow, to get that lady the rock.
And again, you know, it's like you don't want to rest because you don't want to get cold and cramp up, and she hasn't had the ball with a shot here in the second half too much, so they got to keep her involved. But they're turning the ball over.
Maddie Burdett, back iron. She is still struggling. It's about as tough a night as Maddie Burdett will have, and then runs into a stone wall. And land one. Got it again.
Again.
Chibagu will head back to the free throw line to shoot.
I give you credit for drawing that one up.
Third personal, third team foul.
And now Keitra Jones will head into the
for the Warriors.
Ball game and will replace Claire Fife. But Chibagu to the free throw line.
Tough play there to the rack. Can't get that to go, but again, she avoids the defender's couple steps, lays it up, and she gets it.
Leads all scorers with 18. And Jones dumps it out, now loses the handles. Najado will bring it up. Wisely backs things up after the 1-on-3. Dissolves the fast break opportunity. 3 on the way! Count it! Jaslyn Owens with a pair of triples in the quarter. She's got 6. 3:33 to go, third quarter. 41-36, Scots hanging around.
Peterson, though, right down low. She draws the foul and back for Shorecrest. Owens, tonight, she's a three-point specialist. She doesn't want to get inside the arc.
Sophomore, another sophomore.
Missy Peterson.
Shorecrests are pretty young.
They look like it. Peterson hits the free throw.
Last foul is called.
Checking back in for the Scots, Stevenson, another sophomore. So if you just take a quick glance, you've got Harris, the senior. And that's it.
That's it.
1.
Even some freshmen get some play. She hits that one.
Peterson, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. She's got 13. 3:19 to go. Right-hand side, Najado. Here's Harris, gets into the key, loses the handle, has to kick out long. Woolley is tied up. As Owens also dives on it. And in the alternating possession will go back to the Scots. Checking in now.
Kendra Cooper enters the game.
Kendra Cooper, another sophomore. We might as well just keep this sophomore thing going. It seems to be working for both teams.
Well, same thing again on the Glacier Peak side. They got some great seniors and juniors. They got the super sophomores over there that are carrying them with Fatkins and Johnson and Watkins.
There's a Najado 3 on the way. I believe she had her foot on the line, but they raised the arm. Woolley can't hang on. There's that athleticism.
Great
and
save.
A 3 by Peterson. Down it goes.
For 3.
And Peterson, Keith, is basically the second half, you know, right on my shoulders. I'm going to take this baby home. It's all on me. Outstanding second half.
Harris. And there's Peterson once again with the steal. Tries to find Woolley streaking. And now we'll just say, hey, if we can't do it the first time, let's try it again. Pete and repeat. Kick out. Casper, no. Peterson working hard. The hard hat and the lunch pail came to town today.
She is a game changer. She's the Uber of this game tonight, man. She is just disrupting.
Kate Woolley for 3.
For 3.
And that was set up by the dribble drive down the heart of the key by Missy Peterson.
And Dory Monson might have to go to a matchup zone on Peterson. He's got to figure out, he can't, I don't know how long he can stay with this zone and keep this in range. And Owens again.
Owens 15-footer calls it out, that bank shot.
First deuce of the night.
Keeps it within 9.
Do you know if somebody has measured that hoop, because they seem awful big.
It's come down off the glass a couple times.
Yeah. yeah.
There's the walk and a very short bench rest for Chibagu. Dory Monson reaches right down and picks her back up. I think she was only out about 40 seconds of game time.
They can't afford not to have her on the floor. Again, you see the lead. As soon as she hits the bench, the lead stretches.
11 points now. It's just consumed this third quarter, and it's been Missy Peterson getting most of it on that pressure, heavy pressure, splitting the double team. Runner over the side.
You can't stop me. You can't stop me, Keith. I need the pill. I need the rock.
And she might as well call for it on this end. Peterson goes in.
I think everybody else just get off the floor. Peterson, Shabagwa, one-on-one. Let's do it.
Mano y mano. Shabagwa, pump fake, tries to thread the needle on a pass down low, no. And a 30-second timeout.
Great timeout by Dory Monson.
Absolutely. And now the Warriors will probably, looks like they're going to go back to man-to-man full court pressure. I think if I read the assistant coach over there, they're talking pressure. So it's not a bad thing to talk up right now if you're Edmonds Woodway.
No, but you saw Edmonds Woodway defense much more active on the outside of the arc, attacking those three-point shooters. Much more movement, much more hustle. A lot better job here defending in the second half.
49.9 seconds on the game clock, 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Scots, who will unbound under their own basket. Shabagwa once again asking for it. She might as well have a beacon on her forehead. Open for business.
Yes.
Into the key, a little runner off the glass, no good. Peterson rips down the rebound, long lead pass. Moni Jackson can't hit it. Back up goes Casper on the offensive glass. So 3 shots out of it. And Edmonds Woodway can't get any of them to fall, and 30 seconds to go. Foul and frustration abounds now.
So great coaching, great timeout. Look at that. They're making 30 seconds left on the clock here in this third. They're getting everything they can out of this third quarter.
Did not hit on their first opportunity right out of the break. Casper tagged with her second personal foul. And now much more pressure. Kendra Cooper goes out. Shabagwa back iron. Left that one a little heavy, but gathered up by Owens. She'll dribble right in. Draws a couple of white jerseys and now tipped away by Casper. So a lot of hands now, and it seems like it's getting scattered on both sides. For a while there, we could only point to one team that had a little bit of unease about them. And now both teams just look out of their element. Shabagwa, long three. Bounce, bounce, off.
And again, so you've watched Edmonds Woodway. To me, this is what Shorecrest wants to get their opponents in. They want this loosey-goosey flying. They don't mind the turnovers every once in a while because they want to just...
They want a street fight right now.
Exactly. They want playground. They want to dribble drive. They want to find... Look at Shabagwa.
Fall away. We've seen her hit him, but she knew exactly where she was. She knew where her feet were, and she knew where the clock was.
She's mad. She wanted the three-ball quarter pocket off the edge of the
She wanted the foul, too.
Yeah.
Throw it all in there. 49-40. A 9-point Edmonds Woodway Warrior lead, and the final stanza right around the corner on STSPN.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
STSPN broadcast presented by Shoreline Community College. Find them at shoreline.edu. We start quarter number 4 here at Edmonds High School Gym. Scott Oshman, Ted Elvig, and Keith Neely, and Natalie Casper with the bomb from down.
That was set up beautifully. They put it around the arc as Shorecrest comes the other way.
Sheridan Stevenson gets her first points of the evening, and it comes with 7:30 mark of the fourth quarter, and keeps the Scots close. 10-point ball game now, 52-42. They swing it to Burdette. Now I believe that's Leah Bakken into the ball game for the first time.
Turnover, but that last possession where they got the great bucket, again, they swing it to the weak side, and they swing it right back around the row outside, and they get a good-looking shot, uncontested.
Making that defense work, making the feet go further than they are used to. Here's a long three by Owens, front iron, and an offensive rebounds as Stevenson hits the deck awful hard. And is helped up. That's Strand, actually.
Strand,
that hits
number 12.
Hits the deck.
Maddie Burdett, first personal.
Maddie Burdett, 3.
Ari Rand.
Again,
her first personal foul.
Scots fans, see number 12, Strand. She's a freshman, 5'10" freshman. So future looks bright for the Shorecrest Scots.
And not only that, but the game is not even out of hand. And the freshmen, sophomores, they're making things happen. There's the up and under. It didn't happen out on the floor. And it'll be out of bounds. Shabagwu deceptively quick.
Quite a repertoire from old Shabagwu tonight.
What do you think?
I love the up and
Step
under.
back, right hand, up and under. There's the runner. And a touch to boot.
The power, and she called bank.
The power and the finesse to finish.
I tell ya.
52-44. An 8-point lead. There's Burdett. That's what we've been missing out there. Maddie Burdett finally comes uncorked.
I know. I thought
it had to age a little bit.
Yes, I thought it was. You were talking. She's a good scorer. Obviously, the stats don't lie. Shabagwu wants it more.
And that one looked good from here. She nearly got another one. Has 3 triples on the night, and that one was from the volleyball court line.
It was.
And now
we call that a Kingma 3 around here, right?
That's absolutely a Kingma 3, and everybody knows exactly what that is. No questions asked. Reverse lay-in on the feed by Leah Bakken. Drops the dime down to Missy Peterson.
That's great basketball right there.
And now Shabagwu wants a little piece of the point guard action, bringing it up across the timeline. 56-44, a 12-point lead for Edmonds Woodway. They get it in to Strand, who loses the handle, and that shows that freshman body, Scott, just not quite as strong as a lot of these athletes who have been out here for 3 and 4 years.
Moni Jackson showing some moves again. I tell you, Peterson is my fave right now. She's got range, she's got footwork inside. She goes left, right, doesn't matter. She's complete, Keith.
I'd like to
16, 18, 20 points.
I'd like to thank whoever that player was right there that blocked that shot. I think it was Shabagwu, because it was coming right here.
At the camera. We are unprotected at our broadcast
with
point.
cat-like skills, Scott and I. We'd have been pounced right over this table to save the camera. Out it goes, long ball by Casper, back iron, no. Right there, Leah Bakken can't hit the sophomore. Back up, Peterson! Again, working hard, working consistent, and putting points on the board, 22.
Gotta get more Peterson. The sophomore, absolutely slaying dragons here in her home court.
4:58 to go. We've got a full timeout on the floor here at Edmonds Woodway High School. E-Dubs 60, Scots 44. We'll take a timeout on the Sound Live Sports Network STSPN broadcast. We're back on STSPN. Peterson, 22 points, leads all scorers, and is carrying Edmonds Woodway through this 5-minute mark now of the fourth quarter. Long lead pass, right-hander, a beautiful pass.
Oh, that was Wilson to Curse.
Najado.
On a dime. What a pass, what a catch, what a finish.
And Jermaine just goes right back and plays some defense, Sherman style.
That's right. Oh!
A Euro step. Jackson can't get the finish, but a beautiful move in paint and in traffic.
Moni, a little razzle-dazzle.
4:25 to go now. A 14-point Edmonds Woodway lead. And we've got an update at the Linwood Glacier Peak game with the foul call on the floor.
Keith, Linwood on an 8-2 run to start the second. They have a 34-25 lead right now over Glacier Peak. Their biggest lead of the game with 4:48 left in the third.
And here at Edmonds Woodway High School, Owens at the free throw line. Can't get that one to fall, and Shorecrest back to their free throw woes. They struggled early, 1 for 5. And there's a long Casper three, no good.
Way outside. And it's been Peterson, Keith. Peterson, that third quarter just took over.
And with all the three-point shooters that this Edmonds Woodway team has, it's come from inside.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to pick one or the other against this zone. If they're not going to fall from outside, you're going to have to make hay another way, and they've been able to do it.
And credit the girls. Burdette, like you said, she wasn't, sometimes you just have a night where you're just not hitting. They found other weapons.
3:49 to go, still that 14-point lead. Back into the ball game is Atlee Browning and Kate Woolley. Actually, that's Kate Woolley. Browning is still seated as Moni Jackson reverses dribble. Here is Burdette. Tries to look under to Peterson, finds her, has a mismatch, right hand, easy money.
And again, Dory Monson goes into that man-to-man defense out of the zone, gets Peterson right where she likes it, right on the low block, makes a great move to the basket, and she'll get rewarded by going to the charity stripe.
And that was all set up by Maddie Burdette, drawing Chibagu out of the center of the key, then left Missy Peterson with the mismatch, and she finishes the three-point play. I got so many marks on my Peterson scorecard. After the 22, I'm going to have to go back and add it up, Scott. 63-46.
25 is what I have. That's unofficial.
Out it goes. Long pass, and Shorecrest now will have to go and match wits against the zone defense that Edmonds Woodway is employing now after coming out of the man-to-man.
This is exactly what we saw against when Shorecrest, again, for Scots fans, the future's bright, hang in there. But that senior, or that, not even senior, but that more experienced team, just be disciplined, hang in there, recognize what the defense is doing, and play your game. And now you're seeing that happen. Then they've kind of run away here a little bit.
There's the Chibagu fall away.
Chibagu's not buying it.
I think she fell away past the arc, but they give her a deuce. It's about as close as you can, 2.5 on that shot for Chibagu. Down it goes, wrap around to try the up and under. Beautiful recognition on the pass to Peterson by Bakken, but she can't finish. Asks for the foul, will not receive. Denied. And out it goes over the head of Ari Rance, out of bounds.
That's what you saw in that first quarter, that third quarter. Getting the ball inside. She does a great move, recognizes the trailer coming through the lane, a great dish. That's just great basketball right there.
2:39 remain in the contest. Up off the bench comes Shelby Gresh, the first time she's entered the ball game. Another freshman, 5'9". They're stamping them out.
They are.
On the Shorecrest bench.
The Shorecrest is going to be tough next year. You see how they do this year. They can catch somebody on an off night, but stay with the Scots here the next couple years.
Got a great program for the little ones down there at Shorecrest. They definitely play a lot of basketball, and it'll come around.
Oh, there's no doubt. That's the classic pick and roll, executed beautifully there.
Wilson to Curse, and this time we've got your Stockton to Malone.
That's right.
Down under.
Keith Linwood now stretching it out, 38-25.
Gajato with the deuce. She's picking it up. 4 points in the half. Has 13 points in the ball game now, 63-50. Still hanging around. There's the Browning three, no. Gajato with the rip. And the Scots relentless, pushing the ball. Out top it goes. Who else? Chibagu. Short corner jump shot. Rance can't get it to fall, but still extremely active, and the Scots not giving up one iota.
No, Chibagu did a good job again. She wants to, not only the scoring, she wants to get those assists up.
Rebounds, assists, steals. Casper back in.
No, they're fighting hard. They're staying with it. They're working hard.
They swing Owens around. The Shabagu asking for the leather. Won't get it. Instead, it'll be Najada. Short corner jump shot. Great rotation on that. That offensive possession by the Scots came up empty.
That's a tough angle. Those side angles, very, very difficult. Know how much sauce to put on, what you should, not a lot to look at.
1:27 to go, and patience now as Edmonds Woodway uncharacteristically backs things up and takes a deep breath for once in the ball game.
Use some clock now, again with 1:21. No rush, no hurry. Take your time, get a good look. And I'm also, again, I've raved about Peterson, but Moni Jackson, boy, she's a playa. I mean, she's been exceptional, the general here, and she's got some nifty moves with the peach as well.
So who are you thinking there?
Right now, I think it's got to be Missy Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Not only is she leading all scorers, but she's got to be one of the hardest workers out there on the floorboards right now.
She was rebounding. She had a lot of caused turnovers as far as she was getting in, picks off. And that third quarter, she was just a beast.
Number 21, Moni Jackson, fourth personal.
Fourth personal foul on Moni Jackson. And now a timeout on the floor. We'll take one ourselves on STSPN.
Timeout call.
A full timeout with 1:12 to go and a 14-point Edmonds Woodway lead over Shorecrest. Welcome back on STSPN, the waning moments of a ball game between the Edmonds Woodway Warriors, Shorecrest Scots, a $1:12 to go and a 14-point lead. As Uju Shabagwu, the junior, with 24 points, steps to the line and has done it from every angle on the floor. Hits that one. That's one of those pop-a shot kind of contests where you get 2 points for this, 8 points for that.
Right.
And right now she's racking them all up.
She is. She's just got a sweet stroke. You can see it. She can do it. If she gets squared up, she's deadly from anywhere.
Make that 26 points after hitting them both from the free throw line. And only to be eclipsed by Missy Peterson's 28. And they're wisely fouling now to try to work back into this one, down 12 with a $1 to go.
Quick update from that Glacier Peak Linwood. Linwood now imposing their will. Big third quarter gives them a 41-30 lead over the number 2 ranked Glacier Peak Grizzlies.
You think that's going to hurt Glacier Peak in the polls at all, Scott?
I think it might again. And then, interesting enough, Friday night I have we could see Edmonds Woodway again at Glacier Peak. So again, a really interesting contest.
Moni Jackson hits them both. Go ahead, Scott. Or Todd.
I don't think it's going to hurt them at all because they're already number 2. And, and it's not like, we'll see when it's over, but it's not like Linwood's running away with it.
Well, you lose to number 9. Yeah, maybe you fall. You lose to number 1, and I mean number 1 with punctuation.
Yes.
You're probably not dropping.
No, and they've been, Linwood has been tested now. And no one else from the south side of the state or the other side, the other great leagues are coming up. Last year, of course, you had Cleveland, with that big team. Again, great dish and the finish right off the window.
And who was waiting in the weeds there but Uju Jabagwu? Did Missy Peterson? Did she wince? No, right to the rack.
Great interior, great feed into Peterson, and there she is again.
It's Casper with the steal, 18, and Coach Rebecca Wells says, we're going to pull it back out and take our time now. The shot clock is off, and now 7-6-5. That's your ball game, Scott.
68-52. Again, my first time live seeing this Edmonds Woodway team, and they're everything they were advertised for. And as they keep getting better and they keep getting tested in different situations, you never know when we get into districts, we get to playoffs.
Didn't quite make that 70 mark, 2 away for Edmonds Woodway, their season average. just over 70 points a game. And yet another leading scorer. This Edmonds Woodway team, that's one of those remarkable facts about Edmonds Woodway. Missy Peterson has certainly led the scoring before for this team, but if you look a different day, a different night, you're going to find a different leading scorer for this Edmonds Woodway team. And that will take you a long ways, especially when you get into the districts and the states, and when you can find somebody, no matter who it is, that can step out on the court for your team and have a big night, you're going to go away.
And again, that second half, they kind of got away from their bread and butter. Let's attack that zone up top, get it to Peterson, run it through Peterson. She finds the open player. They started getting hot again in the third quarter like they were in the first. And Peterson, that third quarter, defensively, offensively, she was just an animal.
Right side of the hoop, in the lane on the left-hand side, finger rolls, jump shot, short corners, mid-range. It all was happening for Missy Peterson tonight, that finishes with 28 points to lead all scorers. Moni Jackson right there alongside the quarterback, if you will, for this Edmonds Woodway team. Did her job. Didn't score as much as she probably is used to, but did what she had to do for this team.
Very impressed with Moni Jackson, again, the senior, and we talk about Peterson. I cannot imagine she will not be playing basketball at the next level. Only a sophomore.
Puget Sound, the Loggers, after Moni Jackson. I think a verbal commitment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to Puget
They're doing
Sound.
so early these days.
Isn't that crazy? Well, she's a senior. She's
No, I mean I'm talking about Peterson.
Not Peterson. I'm sorry.
You're talking
talking about
Jackson.
Yeah, Moni Jackson. And here comes Missy Peterson.
Oh, I'll go Missy Peterson. How are you? Where's our? Okay.
We're all twisted up. Give me your backpack. We can't have you laden for this star-studded interview. Missy Peterson heading out to talk with Scott Oshman, our player of the game. And Scott, take it away.
All right, Scott Oshman, STSPN. Missy Peterson, our player of the game. Missy, that first quarter, you guys kind of got in control, got in rhythm. That second quarter, Shorecrest made a big run. What was the talk at halftime? What you guys came out the third, and you were just an absolute dynamo that third quarter.
Well, I mean, we came in at halftime and we had a really slow second quarter. You know, their team was hitting big shots. You know, they had a couple players, you know, had almost all their points. So, you know, our coach wanted to just settle us down and say, you know, because we didn't really have any energy, you know, nothing going for us. So she just said she wanted us to calm down, you know, everybody get it together and just keep pushing it and play the game we always play.
Boy, the court got really small for you, it looked like, in that third quarter. You're picking balls off, you're scoring, you're finding your teammates down. Where did you find the energy? You went to Arlington, you had Linwood #1 team, you came tonight, that third quarter. I mean, were you just feeling it?
I mean, after the first half, you know, I was not just me, like, you know, the whole team came out kind of slow. So I was like, this is a big week for us. You know, if we win both our games this week, we're finishing second in our league. And I was like, you know, like, we need to step up. You know, there's got to be somebody to step up. So me and, like, the starters, we all just got together and we figured it out.
Well, a huge game. Missy Peterson, 28 points, Keith, I think, on our unofficial scores. Our player of the game tonight. Hold on. You want to say anything to anybody while I get this T-shirt or anything? Hold on. You can hold that up. Our staff, our huge staff here at STSPN, they weren't here. So hold that up, get a picture. Our player of the game, Missy Peterson, outstanding. And I will see you Friday night at Glacier Peak. Just a pleasure, first time seeing you. Great game, inside, outside, just tremendous.
Thank you.
Keith Deal will be here to wrap it up from Edmonds Woodway High School.
Thanks, Scott Oshman, with our player of the game, Missy Peterson. Missy with another exquisite performance. And this Edmonds Woodway team now, it's not done. The tough hoe, like we called it, I believe the carnival ride is not over for this Edmonds Woodway team, because they're heading up to a tough place to play some basketball up on the plateau.
It is, and again, Missy Peterson, we talk about that. I don't want to leave the broadcast, but Shabaglo, what a fun, exciting player. And again, if you get a chance to go out and see her and Shorecrest, they are fun to watch, and they're gonna have their time. But yes, a gauntlet here for Edmonds Woodway. There is no doubt, but a great tester to get them to the postseason.
You've seen them once now, and you've seen a lot of Glacier Peak. I've called a couple of Glacier Peak games, and the first thing, the word that comes to mind is simply speed.
Yes.
This is going to be a track meet, start to finish.
It is, and again, you know, the strength of Missy Peterson, again, that senior play outside with Jackson. Glacier Peak, those super sophomores, Kayla Watkins, she's a great inside player. She's a sophomore. So that was the thing we were talking before the game. Linwood, again, is that inside game. Now, Glacier Peak is very fast. The defense can get on you, but they got it, just like Edmonds would, live and die by that three. And if it's not going, what do we do? And I don't know about the depth, in Edmonds Woodway. It'll be an interesting game. I think it should be a very, very good game.
You need to get out to Glacier Peak 7:15 on Friday, and make sure you can get up there. If you can't, we'll be there with the call on STSPN. You're going to take it home.
Absolutely. Keith, what a pleasure. I finally meet you the first time. My first time doing color, because I usually do play-by-play. And you know what? I think I'm going to be a color guy.
Is that what we
like
turned you over?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you got to work really hard. You got to get all the advertisers in, know all the stats and know everything. You just walk up like John McClain does, right? He just sees, just says what he sees.
Step right to the free throw line every time.
That's right. I want the charity stripe.
We're a final here, and we'll put a fork in it. 52-68, Edmonds Woodway takes the Shorecrest Scots by 14 points. Scott Oshman, Todd Elvig on STSPN. I'm Keith Neely. Have a wonderful week, and the next one will be Friday, 7:15, the start on STSPN. Number 10, Edmonds Woodway. Number 2, Glacier Peak. Make sure you're there.
NBA 3 ball. He just absolutely drains that one.